Alright, so, in our last session, Balaam and Therion had found an overgrown entrance to the Serpent's Escape. After Therion broke his way in, they entered the tunnel system and began to approach the city. They eventually came to a chamber where they overheard some individuals who mentioned Fanewraith. These people became immediately hostile and threatening, so Balaam and Therion took care of business. In this chamber, they found a ladder leading to the surface. Nicta and Fiddlefingers were traveling through the Witherwild when they were attacked by Kerthina, a student of the storm. Care informed Nicta that she's being hunted by the storm, and that she'll be brought in time. Hours later, they made it to New Haven and took the tunnel system in. They arrived at the same chamber as Balaam and Therion, and followed them up to the surface. The six, now finally in the same place, were watching Archmage Phylax give a speech in the town center beneath Qaavik's tower. While Phylax was speaking of hope and recovery, mysterious rebel forces attacked. Nearly 30 troops attacked the council, and many more attacked the Crimson Lady's Vale field. They successfully burned the field, destroying Haven's hope for a cure. Spymaster Kreil approached the party in the aftermath of the attack, and told them to meet him at Qaavik's tower. He has a job for them. And he said, "Make sure you bring the fungrel." So, we find ourselves a few minutes after we last ended. We were split down the middle, half of us down at the gate, half of us in the town center. Both of the groups having wrapped up what they were doing at the moment, we ended up meeting in the middle, on the road that leads to the West Gate.
Everyone is standing together, meaning?
Everyone is now standing together.
Well, at least the attacks seem to be settled for now. Doesn't seem too many people were injured, thankfully, but most of the Red Crimson seems to have been destroyed. That would be tragic and affect a lot of people. Maybe we should listen to Phylax. Maybe learn of where he first found these Red Crimson, or how he came about them or discovered them. Possibly he wants us to go forth and go out into the wild, find out what's corrupting it, and possibly find more seeds? Therion? I mean, what else could it be?
Well, from what I know, I doubt any one flower will be much of a cure for them. And, well, I don't know exactly what he intends to do with having so many, but all I know is I don't trust him as far as I could throw him.
He is a dangerous man to be taken seriously, but with that seriousness comes capability and power. He has done much. You could say what you want, but he's the man in charge, and he's likely the most powerful one in the city, so perhaps we could see if we could learn any wisdom from him, learn more of our surroundings.
Well,
I mean,
I may personally question how wise he is, considering what he's done with the handling of my family and I. And I'm sure some, like Mycelia, would believe that the burning might have been a good thing. At least taking the stance of hurting people like Phylax, at least. In any case, if you would like to speak to him, feel free, I won't hold it against you. I personally would prefer not to interact with the man.
I could understand. He is quite intimidated, even for me as well. You two, I'm not quite sure what brought you into the cities. I don't want to say or judge, but Master Phylax is quite a powerful man, both politically, militarily. If you guys are looking to do something or serve a purpose or look for answers, I would suggest following me.
Why don't we go to the Spymaster instead?
Rishi will say, I'll follow my sister. Where she goes, I go.
What will this spy master give us? So dirty
Well-
British, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sure at least some more grace than whatever that mad mage would. In case you haven't noticed by my standing around here. Though you may not know exact of my reputation, just know that it is not becoming of what he has given me.
Now would be the time to seek redemption. It may be possible for you. So I
I
was
doubt it.
leading. Well, times are dire.
Knowing what he wants from me.
Well, would you wait in the city square while I head in and speak with him? Surely he's going to request that I drag you along on whatever mission I bring.
I would
Perhaps.
prefer he doesn't know I'm here.
Hmm.
For my safety. I'm sure you understand.
I do, my friend, but what would you say if I think the spy master would be standing right next to him once I enter? We're talking about Master Phylax.
Preferably asked to speak with Spymaster privately. I'm sure he has enough respect for you.
I could try for you, friend, but you know me, I'm very pessimistic after a long battle. What
Well,
about
whatever
you
do,
two?
just don't mention my name.
Try my best. You two, do you wish to head in with me? Perhaps you could follow Therion. Would keep you safe. I would too, but depends on what you want to do with your lives.
I think we'll go to the spy master.
And Nikto would definitely kind of look at Fiddlefingers and back and say, Wartide. It's been some time. I don't have qualms with speaking to with the leader of this city. But I don't know that all of us would agree. We came here with some intent that we don't need to go into, and there are some sensitive things going on in this city that, well, it's not my place to say.
You guys can see Fiddlefinger standing kind of next to but behind Nikta, visibly kind of sweating a little bit, eyes darting around, looks very paranoid at the moment, a bit more reserved than what you're used to seeing Nikta. The rest of you, this might be par for the course because you don't really know him yet, but yeah, definitely seems on edge.
It seems you know more than you let on, Nikta.
It's in my business to know. It is your
Well.
business.
Well, I may have to figure out exactly what it is you know later. As for now, Mycelia, if you'd like to come with me, I recommend we simply reside in the Spymaster's office. I doubt they have those doors locked in midday, so we should simply be able to wait in there for an audience. Balaam, if you'd like to speak to Phylax, feel free. And if you see the Spymaster, maybe send him back. Tell him we're waiting, and preferably, just say that he has an audience.
Will do. Rose, it's been a while, but we've always worked our business cordially. You look fit.
It's the nature of my work. You know this.
You're a hard worker, quite useful. Is the sisters involved in whatever brings you here?
Was that
Sisters?
Mycelia?
That was for Rose, Nikta.
Sorry.
You're all good.
Just here to visit a friend. We were on our way to do so when we glanced and caught you, in the hustle and bustle of the city, and then the attack, and here we are. It's a little unexpected.
It was quite a surprise. Well, we've all returned back to the city, or some of us for the first time. I'm sure we all left for our own reasons, but Therion, we're still attached. I'll speak with you. I'll try to see what I could do for you. The fate of you two is up to you. I'm sure we could find answers both ways. To give you insights, I don't know why I'm called here. I really don't want to work anymore for the military, but if they are calling me, it's so curious. It must be dire, so I will have to report in and at least hear what's happening, at least for my own safety.
Is this some sort of request for guild work?
Unlikely. It was a direct message from the Spymaster, which by itself is already troublesome. I'm sure you understand, but who am I to say no? I'm not too old for jail.
Well,
Who
if
knows
it's
what they'll
direct
come
from
up.
Spymaster, I doubt it would be directing military. He doesn't exactly involve himself in those public operations. So,
He is a man with a lot of knowledge. Quite a curious curse, but nonetheless, if you guys want to try to wait in his office, I invite you to do so, and I'll do what I can and try to find answers to what's corrupting this land and making just simple life too dangerous for most. And I think I'll just turn around slowly and start walking up past the guards and just give them subtle nods.
Yeah, they nod back. You can tell they obviously recognize who you are.
And I, at Rose, Nikta, will look back at Fiddlefingers and say, it'd be rude for me to refuse a request from a client. What would you like to do? Would you feel comfortable coming along, or it seems not all of us are venturing in, though I'm curious as to why we're being grouped together.
The way I see it, the more brass I talk to in New Haven, the more I know about my friends. I'll come with you, talk to the Spymaster, see what I can find out.
Alright, well, we'll proceed. Lead the way, okay, he's already gone, let's go.
Oh, he's already gone, okay. Alright, as you approach Qaavik's tower, walking past kind of the battlefield that was the town center, the crossbow bolts everywhere, bodies of guards, bodies of Fanewraiths, guerrillas here, being dragged out of the streets. Some beggars kind of looting pockets of some of the bodies, being shooed away by Haven guards. You see above you Shunash, ever present, ever looking down at the city. Just always a reminder of what happens when you cross a deity. The chaos and the death and destruction that follows this. And as you approach, you climb up the steps to the stage to reach the front doors of Qaavik's tower. The very large, black, ornate doors.
I think Rose would take a second and just stare at the the fallen faint divinity, or the what's left of it. Is that right? And
Yes.
just kind of imagine that it's a different one. We're proceeding.
I see. Yes, as you gaze into the eyes, the ever-watching eyes of Shunash, it reminds you of the ever-watching eyes of another faint divinity who you thought you had maybe evaded, but now it doesn't seem you're not so sure. As you approach, you're expected. The guards open the doors, large doors swinging open slowly, very heavy doors. You step inside, and there's red carpeted floor leading up a massive staircase that goes upward and kind of breaks off, splits and spirals up and around, going up the tower. The curious thing about the walls, and then especially this kind of strange stairway shape that's following the neck of Shunash as this serpent climbs and climbs this narrow spiral staircase, you can see in the walls the bones, the strangely blue, translucent almost bones of Shunash built into the walls, reinforcing these walls. And again, just the constant reminder. As you climb these steps and, take in kind of the histories depicted on the walls, the paintings, the banners, you reach what typically would be about maybe 3 or 4 stories up, the first landing that you actually get to. And it's just kind of this very large room. The walls are a very dark stone. The floor is kind of more of a white tile, like a white marble, white and black marble, with that same red carpet, kind of leading, in pathways to the doors, just kind of hardly covering most of this floor, but almost guiding you to where you need to go next. There is a large round table in the center of this chamber, which clearly is a council chamber, a place where many high-ranking people, the council as well as other invited high-ranking officials, will meet to have discussions about the fate of New Haven. And then there's also, there's many servants around cleaning up and working.
Is there anybody currently present at the table?
Currently at the table, you only see the elderly Fawn, member of the council, just kind of poring over some scrolls and digging in here.
I could walk up next to her. Him. Pardon me, sir. I'm here for an audience with the Spymaster. Do you know where I could find him?
Yes, you are here for an audience with the Spymaster, I see. Of course, yes, none other than Balaam Wartide. I've heard much about you, but you probably do not know me. Yes, introductions for another time, I suppose. We're both busy men. Yes, Spymaster Kreil, his office would be further up the steps to the top of the tower. He resides in the very highest office, in the crown of Shunash.
Wonderful. Would you mind if I wait here? There's some people behind me. I'd like for them to join me.
Yes, very well. Please take a seat. These are open to the council and friends of the council, so yes, please. And
Wonderful.
And he'll go back to his tomes, just kind of looking things over.
What may I call you?
Oh, yes, I'm Caxus Munjur, Landmaster Caxus Munjur.
Landmaster, it's nice to meet you. I'll wait here for my party, if you don't mind. They should be coming up shortly.
Very well. Would you like me to have someone bring you a refreshment?
Please, I thought you'd never ask. I forgot this was up so high and so many steps. There's no kind of carriage yet or anything.
There
Disappointing.
should be at least a lift for us elderly folk. And he'll kind of, wave as much as you can wave with a hoof, and just mutter to a servant. And they'll leave. Yes, as the days go by, I'm reminded by my age and how much trouble I have climbing these steps, and I have petitioned many times to have this table moved somewhere lower, but, well, the Archmage.
They are set in their ways, unfortunately, but they did build it, so who are we to argue?
A wise position.
Landmaster, thank you for the refreshments. I see my friends coming along here. We won't bother you for too long, and I'll kind of walk towards them as I see them walking down the same hallway, I think.
So long, my friend, and another time I'm not so busy in the aftermath of this catastrophe. Yeah, everyone but Therian. I believe Therian's the other one that stayed out.
I was only intending on staying out if the intention was to go to Phylax. If we're going to the Spymaster, I'm happy to join.
Okay, yeah, so everybody has now entered.
Yeah, I've curved a little bit since it seems mostly everyone wants to speak with the Spymaster. I'll try to make that happen instead.
Okay.
I assume they're with each other. That's why I was hesitant, but
That made sense to me.
I won't assume.
I figured if we were looking for the Spymaster specifically, the other gentleman would probably just come along with him.
And I'm hoping not.
There
Right.
is refreshments on the table up here. That is the Landmaster, quite elderly, probably with a lot of knowledge if anyone's curious, but it seems the Spymaster's quarters is a couple flights more up, higher. After a minute or so, I'll be ready for more stairs if that's where y'all want to still head. And I'll kind of go back and sit down and just take my time, eat a few grapes, drink a little bit of water and lemonade, and just catch my breath.
Do you need help with those stairs? I forget what a struggle it is for you. You can't skip every two.
It would be embarrassing in here, but I do appreciate the kind gesture. I just need a moment to catch my breath. You understand? I could follow you if you want.
At that moment, when you're saying that it would be a bit of an embarrassment, you see Trademaster Brookhouse, the giant. He is carrying an elderly halfling servant on his shoulder, actually, up to this landing, and he sets him down. And he's, thank you, and goes on with his duties.
See? He's not impressed.
Do you need an entourage, Wartide, or should we go on and wait for you?
Don't be silly. We could all go in there together. We all have our own questions. And audience with the Spymaster is rare. If I was in your position, I would want to join me as well. Not to sound egotistical, but Therion, you understand.
I've had my run-ins with him enough to know.
And I'll kind of pat both my knees and be like, well, I think I have the energy. It's up the staircase. Goodbye, Landmaster. We'll see you on the way down, I think.
Yes, goodbye.
Cheers.
If only you had wings like this one, pointing to my Celia. Make life a lot
Speaking
easier
of
for
which,
yourself.
Rishi is not walking. Rishi is hovering this whole time, just rapidly flapping their hummingbird wings.
As we climb up, do we pass any high-level messengers or guards that are on these higher levels?
You will see, walking down the stairs very slowly. And this, by the way, this stairway up to the head of Shunaush, the bulk of Qaavik's tower, the bulk of it is at the base of the snake's body, Shunaush's body. This part leading up to his head is just the most ridiculous, wizardly Hogwarts tower you can imagine. Just poorly, not poorly built, but very old spiral stone staircase with stained glass windows here and there, so you can see out looking over the town, looking at the Witherwild, and you will see Lore Master Qaavik, the Galapa, the very elderly. You can almost see dust coming off of him as he's walking. You thought Caxus Mujur was old, but Lore Master is very old. He's very slowly descending the stairs from Shunash's crown.
Elder, it's so nice to see you. Everyone make way for the Elder. Let him walk past. Elder, have you seen anyone walk past while you made your journey down these steps? Perhaps the Spymaster? We're on our way to see him, hopefully.
Yes, the Spymaster Kreil, of course. He is currently up the stairs in his office. Yes.
Perfect.
I do believe he is waiting for you now, Wartide. And he has been waiting for some time, I would say.
Terrible news, but always lovely receiving it from one so wise. Here, let me help you down the steps.
Oh, surely one of your other... no offense, Wartide, your more springy compatriots can help me down the stairs. I'd hate to make you double your efforts.
You are kind and wise. Have I said you're wise already? Therion, would you mind helping this kind gentleman down to the Landmaster? There are refreshments ready for you as well. Perhaps you'll partake in some grapes.
Oh, but I will. All right, well, thank you for the help going down.
Beautiful. Therion, we'll wait for you here.
Tharion's just gonna bow his head humbly and then immediately tapping back into telepathy. Just, you asshole.
I'm so sorry. I literally just remembered right now I'm not supposed to say your name. I just consider it a practice round. Truly, my fault, my friends. I'll try better and do better.
You're lucky he's too old to remember me.
You see the
As
dust
you're-
on him, right?
As you're carrying Qaavik down, and you do have almost like he has a distinct scent to him. It's not unpleasant, but it's distinct. He does say quietly to you, and so, Therion Calathor, and don't worry, it wasn't your friend's doing. I nailed you from the moment I saw you in the crowd. But I should not be telling you this, but I'm old enough that I do not care. I do not understand the treatment towards your family, my friend. You have given many years of service, yourself and your family, and the Calathors will always be friends of mine. Oh, and most importantly, I will not tell Archmage that you are here, but I will warn you, he is currently with the Spymaster.
Well, I thank you for that. I only hope he didn't recognize me as fast as you did. And, well, if only you were the head instead of him, then
Oh,
maybe
no,
we wouldn't
no.
be in such a situation.
I understand that the decisions made by Archmage Phylax has led to catastrophe and chaos, but consider putting yourself in his shoes. What would you have done if your people were dying rapidly with no cure in sight? He acted out of desperation for his people's survival, not out of selfishness or hate. I ask you, as abrasive as he may be, please consider his position. And one last thing, and as you deposit him down, he'll grunt. Do not underestimate Archmage. He notices far more than you think, more than he lets on. I assure you he knew you were here before he saw you in the crowd.
Well, then this conversation may be a lot more interesting. In any case, if you truly are friends of my family, please try and find some information on them if you can. And, of course, if you can get it to Spymaster, he will get it to me. I'd just like to make sure they're still alive, considering the treatment of others he's done to try and get my attention.
Of course, of course. Good day to you, Therion.
And to you as well, sir.
Do any of us hear that exchange?
No, they are talking pretty quietly, farther down the steps from you.
Got it.
As I walk back up the steps, part of me ponders all of what he said, especially the bit about Phylax. One, knowing I'm here and yet having not done anything malicious yet, and the other half of me kind of wonders to how nice it would be to have wings so I could just go straight through the middle instead of having to go through this goddamn spiral twice. Thanks, Matt. But I think I'll save the question about how nice it is to just fly everywhere later and be a little more concerned about maybe not getting my head removed.
Yeah. For sure. Alright, well, if there's nothing else, after a few minutes of climbing these stairs further and kind of taking in the views, and you do stop at one window in particular, kind of right outside the door of the chamber in Shunas' crown, where you can see it's a view to the southwest. So you really have a great view of the Witherwild as a whole. You can see just the massive trees in the distance that have possibly doubled, if not tripled in size just in the last year. The floating mountains, of course, that you've become very accustomed to in your time here in your life. Always gazing upward and never being able to actually travel to them. The crescent, the large arch out in the distance, the very mysterious, and Therion and Balaam, you guys kind of, your vision drifts over to Red Hill. You linger on it for a moment. Nikta, you look off in the distance, you see the dojo. Mycelia, Rishi look toward the glade. And Fiddlefingers looks towards Pondwell. From here, everything seems so small. And you also notice now, the sun is beginning to set, and it's nearly completely at its end, and darkness overtaking the land. Standing outside the door, you do hear the voices of Spymaster Kreil and Archmage Phylax.
Well, it seems there's no avoiding that man, no matter what I do. In
I
any
would say
case,
it's dangerous to try. Rose and Mycelia, was it? Do you know what you'll say if you're given the opportunity? Now's your time to think about what you'll need to say. Phylax isn't a patient man. We will listen to you. When we're ready, we'll head in.
Well, I imagine the first thing I'll say is hello. I have no business with the Spymaster, so just an open ear, just a kindness to someone who's likely made use of our services before.
Mycelia, are you ready?
I think so.
All right, chins up. Let's do this, and I'll
hold
open
on,
up the door.
Balaam.
Oh,
Balaam, hold
Yep.
1 second.
I have my hand like on the handle. Oops.
Mycelia, before we go in, I need to ask, are you moved in any way? Understand that this is not normal for you. It is much a new space. I don't know what travels you've gone on within the Witherwild, but I doubt you've been here. Nor have you seen this. I want to make sure you won't, well, act out in any way like I might, having seen Phylax soon.
Rose definitely raises an eyebrow.
I just want to, make sure you aren't overwhelmed by all this. I understand it is a lot at first.
I think what he's trying to say is don't put your hands near your weapons.
No, that's
Okay.
my thing.
Okay, I'm ready.
But Wartide, some of us simply are a weapon.
Well, don't tell him that.
That's
I'm
not
sure
Nice
he
smile
already
and-
knows.
I'm sorry, Marcelia.
I said that was such a kick-ass thing to say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I am a weapon.
I'll kind of smirk and nod and give him his kudos, and I'll walk in kind of like chest out and shoulder back, and trying to like use my military pose and walk in, not appearing as old as I probably do.
All right. As you open the door, you hear kind of a heated exchange. You could hear the voices behind the door, but you couldn't make out words. But as soon as you open it, you hear Phylax just saying, "She is a rebel. This is the last time she will attack this city. I want her here, and I want her alive." And Kreil is kind of just standing at the window with his arms behind his back as Phylax is just being more emotional than you're typically used to seeing him, for those of you who know him. And yeah, as the door opens, there's kind of a heavy, awkward silence that follows that phrase. And they both look towards the door.
Sorry to intrude, Command. I was summoned, and I'll kind of like bow a little bit to Phylax and then hold my gaze at Spymaster.
Spymaster just looks back at you and just kind of nods, and Phylax will approach, just large, looming, intimidating armor. Wartide. It's good to see you again.
Of course, Commander. You look as healthy as ever, fearful as ever, and as powerful as ever, I must admit. I haven't been giving much compliments lately, but I can't
It's
resist.
the nature of the job.
I'm retired. I did... Well, let me rephrase. Spymaster requested I bring a help with me, in my age. I hope not to offend. They seem well-natured and protected the city during the attack. I would trust most of them, but it is a rather uncommon bunch. And I'll kind of bow again.
I'd have to agree with you there, Wartide. It's quite the ragtag gang of individuals, though I do know most of you. There are a few that I have not met. And he'll look at Therian and just say, Kelethor, I'd not expected to see you in my city. But desperate times do call for desperate measures.
In all honesty, I hadn't expected to return. But in light of recent information and upon Balaam's request, I figured I'd oblige, though. In all honesty, I had hoped to not quite have approached you just yet.
Why ever would you not want to approach me? Listen, Therian, I will take this into account. You have always given your service to your people, your protection to the people of Haven, and I will not forget this. But I hope that you also do not forget why I've been pursuing you, and understand that we may have an alliance at this time. It is not over between us. Much discussion will come. But you do this mission, you succeed. I will consider your freedom, or perhaps a version of it.
I would prefer you make reprimands to my family first before you concern yourself with me.
Oh, your family is being reprimanded, and I assume you have heard such
Oh,
things.
reparations, I should say.
Ah. Yes, well, they have been in service to Haven for hundreds of years, but They've also refused to give us any information on you.
They had none. Few knew that I even left. Even fewer knew that I had lived.
Our investigation will determine whether or not that is true. I only ask, instead of this pursuit, this animosity between us, you consider what we have offered. You consider what we're looking for, and why it would help Haven. Your life is not as important as the life of all of Haven. Do not be selfish, Therian.
I had never considered you one for the idea of valuing murder of one, but I guess times change when you get desperate.
I would not expect you to understand the difficulty of decisions that come with a position like mine, which is why I have been chosen to lead New Haven and you have not. You will never understand why the needs of the many outweigh the few, always. Goodbye, Therian. I'll leave you to the Spymaster. But then he will sidestep and step forward to Mycelia. And his hands behind his back. And his demeanor kind of changes and he becomes a little bit... Well, not a little bit. Much warmer than he was with Therian. Hello. I am Archmage Phylax. No, it worked. We could hear you.
No, I couldn't like hear you guys anymore. Like it was doing that thing where it once I talk, it's like, whoa, hold the noise.
Don't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm Archmage Phylax.
Hello. I'm Mycelia. This is my sister Reishi.
Good to meet you both. I've never seen you in these parts. Are you Wicklings?
Yes, we are. We're new here.
When you say yes, you are Wicklings, he'll kind of like give you a bit of a bow. New Haven would suffer if not for the Wicklings' help. Speaking of, I did take note of what you did during that attack. You went straight to the people who needed your help, and you provided your help, which is why I told the Spymaster to ensure that you would be here as well. I thank you.
You're welcome. It's the least I could do.
Well, Spymaster, I will leave you to them. And then he'll leave. Just walk out very unceremoniously, just quickly, and close the door behind him. Well, he's fucking scary sometimes.
Are you trying to intimidate us already, Spymaster?
I don't know if he needs to try so much as if he's just bored doing it.
Maybe it's just us. I wonder if he even sees it. No matter. You've seen the people I brought with me. It's desperate times. Are we in a
Yes,
hurry?
indeed. Strange times call for strange bedfellows. A hurry. Well, this has been a threat for about a year. So, yes, we are in a hurry. After what happened earlier today, I'd rather not have it happen again.
You must inform us of the difficulties you've had over the year for it to make sense to us. Why call upon us now?
Well, allow me to start at the beginning, in case the rest of you are not as privy to what's going on in the world as Vela Mortide. So, as you know, the Reaping Eye of Nicta was plucked out by Haven forces. We thought no Reaping Eye meant an abundance of Crimson Lady's Veil and a cure for our people. There were... And he kind of glances out the window towards the Witherwild. unexpected results. The Witherwild began, and with it, chaos and destruction. And unfortunately, many Wicklings were displaced or killed by the Witherwild, and we've done what we can to help rehouse some of that population. Our relations with Wicklings is important to us. The Witherwild also created a being known as the Fanewraith. This elusive warlord, Fanewraith, leads a dangerous army of guerrillas and rebels who want to see Haven crumble. We once grew desperate. Now Fanewraith seems to have as well. And at this point, Kreil will kind of look around the room, not as if, it's not a large room, but look just to kind of, out of habit, make sure no one's there and ensure the doors are closed and the windows are closed. My spies have informed me of a new and dangerous plot from Fanewraith. They plan to find Nicta, the shepherd, and pluck out her sewing eye. I can't say I don't understand why they think this a good course of action, but they're just repeating our folly. I also can't ignore the timing. We finally grow our cure, and then they burn our fields and plan to stop the abundant growth we created. This is a direct plot against Haven and its people. This warlord means to kill us all. My informants, and myself, have determined that Fanewraith's current base of operations is in the treetop village, Alula. I can't send the Haven army to find Fanewraith, but a small group can sneak in and capture Fanewraith. And I want them alive.
Just the Fanewraith must be brought back alive.
Therion, traveling through that area with just us is impossible. So dangerous. We would need a whole military if it would fit.
We've
You
faced
really-
worse. You know that as well as I do.
Military has
God.
trouble moving through the Witherwild at the moment. And besides that, Fanewraith people are everywhere. I can sneak a group of 6 into a village. I cannot sneak in an army.
You intend for us to bring the Fanewraith back here into New Haven, or to some other rendezvous?
I need her back here. There's more to all of this. Just plucking out the eye. It seems short-sighted. Even for Fanewraith. She is quite adept. I need them back for questioning.
It's going to be rude of me to ask. Do we know where the eye is that we plucked out? Is it anywhere within the vaults or in the strongholds? Is it an item that can be kept, or is it destroyed?
Balaam, give me a presence action roll.
Oh, look at that. 2, 2 plus 1, 5 crit.
Nice.
Well
Take
done.
a screenshot for
It's a
myself.
crit, let's go.
Well, we have the eye. We do. We have it beneath Qaavik's tower in the vault. There is something else that could possibly wait for a different time, but why not tell you all you need to know now? To enter the vault, you must travel through the catacombs. The catacombs have changed. It's no longer a place where the dead stay dead. I don't know what happened, but there are many parts of the catacombs overrun by... And I know how this will sound. They're overrun by statues. Living, unliving statues. Many people who have been infected and taken by the serpent sickness have died but continued on. It seems they
I
now
know.
nearly guard the vault in a way.
That
Like,
certainly seems new from when we were here.
I'll turn and look at Therion with like concern for a moment, just because I've heard a little bit of rumors, but I don't pay attention a lot to rumors. But this one's a little weird to hear with him in the room. And well, this sounds like something we're very likely capable of. I could see why you would ask for our aid now. In retrospect, catacombs. They'll lead to where now? You'll write this all down for me, of course, right? I'll kind of like look through my mage book and like struggle to find like a blank spot where I can start writing notes down.
You can write what you wish. I dare not write something like this down in case it get into someone else's hands. And I do not recommend you write it down, but I cannot control you, Wartide.
Say, Balaam, what is it that you'd like to do with that eye? Why do you think it's important for our mission?
Sorry, say the last part again.
Why do you think that eye important for our mission?
Well, I've heard some things about the Fang. Mostly rumors, but statues, the Red Crimson being burned up, it's starting to add up. I don't know what equation, but this Fanewraith does seem harmful to the people and doesn't seem to concern herself with politics. It does sound like if we ever want to live a peaceful life here in New Haven or anywhere around it, someone's going to have to look into it. We have to go through some catacombs. That quite sounds exciting to admit, but traveling, find Fanewraith's location is troublesome, but what else can we do?
Before you go wandering into the catacombs, I do not think you'd be able to survive down there at the time. The catacombs they've grown quite a bit since you were last in the city, Wartide. They've become quite robust. We have many, many dead. Not sure if you've noticed the shafts around the city that lead below. We need to take these statues down en masse now. Only in the last few months did they start reawakening. There are far too many for us.
What would you suggest us do? Surely you've theorized different points and risks involved?
First and foremost, I would start with the Fanewraith. At the moment, the dead beneath the city cannot make it to the surface. They're not able to make it up. But Fanewraith, as you have now witnessed, is a constant threat to this city. And she and her people must be stopped.
Who's to say they don't carry out their plan anyways when Fanewraith is taken?
That is something I've considered as well, but a group like this, you cut off the head of this snake, the rest of it will fall, it will die. There's no organization, there's no army, they're a rebellion to be squashed. You remove their leader, we will no longer hear from them. Not in any big way, that I'm confident of.
You have been traveling all day and didn't expect a welcoming like the one we received. We will require the evening to prepare. I'm sure you have lodging prepared in case we arrived?
I can. That easy enough.
You don't mind somewhere nearby, and We could leave first thing in the morning after we've had our supper and caught at least some shut-eye. Kind of wrap our heads around the situation. Theorize.
Take your time in the city. Prepare for your travels through the Witherwild. And here, and he'll take out a parchment, write a little note on it, seal it. Give this to somebody in the city, someone with a room. They'll have a place for you to stay.
Appreciated, Spymaster. We'll be in touch. And I'll kind of just bow and take a couple steps backward before I turn around in case anyone else wants to interact in any way.
Sure. Rose would definitely approach the Spymaster and say hello, hat off, and a slight bow. Do you have any need of me as an agent of the Black Moon? Or did I just happen to be in an interesting place at an interesting time?
Does he know you as Nicta or as Rose?
I would imagine that if he doesn't, I would imagine he knows me as a Rose. I don't know if he knows my real name, but I would imagine he'd had dealings with my handlers.
Okay. I am not a superstitious person, but these last 2 years have changed me a bit. I cannot overlook the coincidence that you've all ended up in this city just as it's being attacked. So, wrong place, right time? Perhaps. Perhaps there's something else guiding us all along, bringing you here to a new haven. Who's to say?
Well, the interest of the Roses is everywhere, and I did have business here that perhaps you could assist us with if we are able to resolve this issue you have.
Okay. Go on.
Just a favor for a favor. And I'll just kind of note that we were coming to the city to look for someone, and I'm sure not much escapes your purview here. So it would be great to have your assistance in resolving that issue as expeditiously as possible, upon our return, of course.
Out with it. Be straight.
I'll look at Fiddlefingers and just say, do you want to elaborate?
I'll leave it to you. You can explain.
Spymaster, do you know of any wicklings that may be here in New Haven against their will?
Against their will, sure. By whose will? I'm not sure. Most wicklings are here because they were forced out by the Witherwild. It's not like we arrested them and brought them here and forced them to work our fields. We presented an opportunity instead.
This would be someone that for some reason has been, maybe is being treated like a prize by one Barris.
Barris. Are you perhaps referring to his new blushing bride?
That's me laughing above table. Does Nicta have any? I don't know that I would know if he's married or engaged or anything like that.
No.
And I have to say that's news to me. That would be interesting. What do you know of this bride?
Not much. She's a white furbolg, kind of a recent arrival from Barris's conquests out in Fanewraith, and now that I say this, it sounds likely that she may be the one you're looking for.
Conquests.
Yes, Barris has an interesting track record.
I understand. Do you know when this marriage is to be taking place? Has it already happened?
Unfortunately, I was not invited to the ceremony, so I'm not exactly sure when it will be taking place. But I could tell you where. It's not here in New Haven. They're north of us in Kaelwyn.
That is very helpful information, Spymaster. I think we definitely are in your debt of a favor. I think a favor from us is definitely well earned from just this conversation alone. Yeah. Won't be long, and I'll start heading towards the door. Should you need anything else, you know how to reach my people.
Oh, I do. I appreciate all of your help. If you need more from me before you go, you know where I am. I hope you don't mind making the flight up the steps.
A bit of exercise has never scared me. I welcome it, and I thank you for your grace.
Speaking of, Spymaster, a favor from me, if you don't mind.
Aye. You six are going to be a bit of a headache for me, I can tell.
Well, mine won't be as extensive. But do you know where Skylar might be? My older sister. I wish for an audience with her. I think she may be good to prepare us before we leave.
Skylar. If I'm not mistaken, she will be found at the Dafix Zonior Academy, the Mage Academy.
Is she still a student there? Or is she teaching now?
I believe she's teaching now. Teaching and working in the laboratories beneath.
Good. Then she may be able to help us. I'm hoping she can make sure we're well equipped for what we're going into.
Very well. Is there anything else from the rest of you?
Did we level up? Spymaster Kreil.
That was
Hilarious.
It has been a joy to see you as well. Like I said, we'll be in contact. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you soon. And I'll give him another bow, turn to Therion, and I'll hand him the note that
And hopefully
Spymaster handed
we
me.
won't ask him any more favors.
Listen,
He's a nice guy.
this Fanewraith, don't underestimate them. They're not organized, but they are formidable. They know these forests well. Whether or not you succeed or fail, you are doing me a great service. Return to me when you're done. And return
I
alive.
won't be able to return if we fail, but in any case, hopefully our failure results in their death at worst.
If you are going to fail, if you are at death's door, there is no shame in living to fight another day. Escape this city and return to us. I would rather miss out on capturing Fanewraith than lose good soldiers.
We appreciate the concern. Soon then, and I'll give him a bow and hand Therion the note. Find us lodging, please. I'll catch up with you soon. And I'll just like slowly start walking towards down the stairs, but it's going to take me a minute, so you guys should probably go do whatever you want to do, and I'll eventually catch up to Therion somewhere in the city.
Oh,
Grunting as you go along.
Yes,
would
I think I know a good place to turn this in. Friends of my family, well, hopefully they still are. Very high quality place. Hope it doesn't run his pockets.
I'm confident in you too, and now that you're allowed to roam the city freely, perhaps you guys would like to join Therion. I'm sure there's lots of things he'd like to visit now that he's able to. I'll see you soon. Perhaps I'll head over to the Mage Academy and see if I can spot your sister.
That would be good.
If I do get there before you do, I'll be sure to contact you and find out where we're lodging for the evening. I'll need 8 hours of sleep and a supper and a breakfast. Hot tea preferred in the morning, perhaps bananas if they're taking requests. Thank you, Therion. You two enjoy your walk.
In your old age. I remember you would get
Therion, do not forget that breakfast order.
I'm gonna forget.
You've not been in New Haven for too long. He forgets the pleasantries and the gifts that the military receive here. Surely, if you dressed up a little bit, they would recognize you. I'll kind of like put my visor over my head so I look like super official, and I'll start plopping down the steps.
You'll see Therion call out, "All my good garb was back at the facility. I doubt I could get it back now."
May be surprised.
All right, what are we doing?
I think Rose would do one more thing if we haven't left the Spymaster's office yet, or knock on the door if we have.
Yeah, you can go back.
Right.
I mean, I
your head back
we've
in.
left. Yeah.
I'll be walking
Yeah.
down the staircase, and I'll eventually just end up wherever the party decides to go. It'll just take me a little bit longer. I'll give you guys a little bit of chance to do more. I feel like I've spoken a lot already.
I think I'll just wait by the door, realizing that Nick is going back, kind of just take a stop and then just kind of stand at the door, kind of holding it open, waiting.
Yeah, and this is fine. This is a one-on-one conversation anyway. A Spymaster, just one other little thing. I seem to have learned of a soldier of yours that either is missing, could possibly have passed away, named Darren, from an area called Pondwell. And
Pondwell.
it's my understanding that he served admirably for you. And it may do well just to give his status amnesty, either posthumously or for services rendered. It's just a suggestion. I won't tell you how to do your business.
No, I appreciate it. I'll look into it. I know many things, but I cannot know it all. But Pontwell is a dark mark on the histories of New Haven, which, between you and I, is why Barris was placed somewhere else.
I see. Well, from what I've learned, at least this individual, it may be well for him to have been remembered in a different way.
Very well. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Before you go, please tell Therion to fix his armor. He looks like shit.
I'll be sure to pass on your recommendations.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Until next time.
And I'll walk past Therian through the door.
Yeah.
Did you
I
catch
really
that?
said that with me standing in the door. What an asshole.
Oh, I thought you were like almost like standing behind the door. Okay.
No.
No, I'm holding the door open. I'm like in the doorway listening to this conversation.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Uh.
Therian, you look like shit.
Oh, thanks for defending my own place that I've apparently now been unbanished from. So, thanks.
I wouldn't go so far as saying something like that, but you know, I do know of a good smith where you could get that armor repaired very nicely. You might want to pay them a visit.
You know, I'm a good smith myself. My family's literally the ones that built everything for you.
Therian, I did not think something could go over your head when it's so high. Go see your family, boy.
And I'll close the door behind us.
Yeah.
Just smile and. So your
I can't believe
family's.
I love the guy, I hate the guy.
I think he has a great sense of humor. So your family is in the business of armor smithing?
Oh, so you don't know.
I don't know everything.
Well, let's just say that any weapon you've ever used, if it came from Haven, was of our design.
I will glow my fist. Everything?
I said every weapon, not you.
I
There's a
am a
difference.
weapon.
There is a difference, mate.
Well, I'd be interested to see your work. I happen to like weapons a lot.
Well, that's if I can still get in our vault. It's been locked the last few years, partially my fault. But in any case, if I can get in, we'll see what we can do.
It seems that we have found some interesting people on this interesting day. I'm grateful for it. Shall we go?
Sure. Mycelia, if you'd like to join us, it'd be wonderful. Oh, and Nectar, preferably
Rose.
remind me if...
You know me as Rose.
Oh.
Got it, dude.
Well, I have worked with Balaam, so are you sure I would? Because
Yeah,
I don't know what
yeah.
Balaam would know you as.
Balaam
I've
called
been-
me Rose, too.
I'm
Okay,
Rose.
I've
I'm gonna
been
confirm that.
I've been low key thinking she's the reason why we call Rosewall, because she gave us the information that led
that's
to
what
us.
this is.
just tied it up in there from my
Okay.
own accord.
Let's retcon this back 10 seconds then.
Nice lore drop.
Mhm.
In any case, Rose, preferably let me know if any number on my head comes across a table of yours.
Sure. That's a transaction we can surely discuss. I can tell you right now, I know of no such contracts or orders.
For now.
And I'll give him like a puzzling, like I'm trying to figure him out.
Huh.
A look.
What are you trying to like discern? Are you trying to discern something specific?
Yeah, just kind of going through my mental Rolodex of what he might be concerned about, and why.
Okay.
I think on my way down to the stairs, as like I'm starting to catch up to the old tortoise, because he's that slow. I'll kind of pause and wait for everyone, and I'll kind of let I'll let Therion and Rose pass me, and I'll kind of like walk alongside Marcelia for a second. If I could just try to, I'm not trying to be secretive, just speak to her for a second, and continue down the stairs. There was some mention of Nicta, the great owl spirit, certainly as a Wickling, that had some effect on you. How does...
Sorry.
Do you think you'd be able to work with us and help us travel through these areas? If anything, you and your sister will certainly be able to navigate it better than any of us city folk. You'd be a great treasure to be along in the journey, and, well, I don't think we'd want to see Nicta come to any more harm. The Wickley most of all.
I think I have to join. I don't think I have a choice. My home is being destroyed. And staying there is not going to help me. So I must journey. I must find the answers to stop the Witherwild.
Sorry it's had to come to New Haven's doorstep for something to be done about it, but
Thank you.
looks like we're capable of forging a new history, possibly. Opportunities like this come once in a lifetime. And I'll go into the whole Eminem song. I can't remember the lyrics. Let us grab some grapes and enjoy the city. We have a few hours. Might be fun to explore. There's fun things to eat, and there's even other fae and fairy merchants here and there. Perhaps it'd be nice to meet some of them.
Do you know where I can find one?
I do know of a tavern called the Northgate. It is kind of close to Therion's homestead. I believe it's still called Northgate. Perhaps there. It's kind and kind of built for smaller folk like you and your sister, and halflings like myself, and perhaps an occasional goblin. They're fun to gamble with. And I'll kind of smirk with you and start my old man walk down the stairs. And kind of like mumble to myself. Today is turning out to be a little brighter than I first thought. And I'll start waddling down. Like, I say that under my mask, so Marcelia could probably overhear me kind of joyed with confidence that we're able to pick up like another Wickling if we're going to leave New Haven. I'll feel like it's at least possible that we could find this Fanewraith, dodge like the main course of her power and swoop up behind and put a bag over her head. And I'll kind of just nod at Therion. And we'll see you soon. Don't wait up.
Well, while you go to your short people spot that you love so much, me and Nicta will have to stay at the Golden Cask. Again, family friend's place. It's a little further, but it'll actually accommodate us.
Love the Golden Cask. We'll meet you there in, say, 10 o'clock and catch supper together.
10 o'clock's a little late, but why not?
It's going to take me some time, my friend. And I do have one person I'd like to say hello to. Perhaps I'll meet Marcelia at the Northgate if she decides to go there. But if not, make sure she knows where we'll be lodging, and I'll see you in Rose soon.
What was that one you guys said, the Golden Cask?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Sorry,
I just
continue.
place Northgate next to Golden Cask, so it'll be easier to hit it up if she wants to. And I
Hey.
just made that up, but do whatever you want to do. And,
No, I love it. Make shit up, dog. I'm here for it.
I'll make my way slowly to Northgate. I would arrive after Marcelia gets there if she decides to go there now. I'll just check in and see if she is there, if everything's cool, because I know there's goblins there sometime. They're a wild bunch. And then I'll peek my head in there and then make my way to the Golden Casket. And that will I will probably do all that stuff like at 9:50 and 10 o'clock. It'll take me a long time. I want to see you guys walk around New Haven and see what it's like and do what you got to do. I've been here not too long ago, so nothing too exciting for me to do here right now, except for catch a good dinner at the Golden Casket. That sounds exciting. It's going to be free. I know it.
All right. Well, hey, I'd say with that, let's take a quick break, and everyone can think about where we're going.
Sure.
Babe.
I just wanted to say one thing.
What? Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Nicta. Go.
I was just gonna say to Fiddlefingers, do you think there'll be music?
I'm imagining
Well,
you'll hear music on the streets.
If there's not music there, you'll hear music from me. I could use a couple more handfuls of gold. Maybe a bag. Who knows what will be said tonight?
You sure you're not just chasing panties?
Panties and pennies, my friend. Panties and pennies.
Oh,
I have a
that's all I
feeling
wanted.
he's going to become the party wallet.
Could be.
Well, Mycelia, since you're new to this place, is there anywhere you'd like to visit before we head to the taverns and the inns?
I believe you're going with me. So I would like, my sister and I would like to visit the Fae, the other Fae in the city that Taylor mentioned.
Well,
Okay.
of course. I need to make sure you don't get lost.
Well, here we go. Okay.
I want to see as many merchants as I possibly can.
Is there anything you might be looking for in particular?
Oh,
Cuisine,
Supplies.
equipment.
supplies for this long journey. I had to leave my home in a bit of a
Kerfuffle,
quick
if you will.
a kerfuffle. Thank you, kerfuffle. I had to leave fairly quick, and I don't have a lot of my things that I would like to or feel comfortable traveling with. So, yeah, I just want to search for that.
Well, there's always Guild's Row. Well, unofficially, Guild's Row. We all just call it that because that's where most people sell their wares. All the, new recruits end up heading down there. So, it's more of a nickname than anything. But they tend to also sell supplies for people that want to try going it solo. Doesn't normally go well, but they make their profit, so.
I'm new here, so you decide where we go, and I will follow.
Well, my only question is, would you prioritize getting the supplies or seeing your people? I don't know how many wicklings would be in that area.
I think Mycelia would prefer seeing like other wicklings, and then Reishi probably, just from what I was hearing from her, is she wouldn't. She would like follow her sister, but she wouldn't want she would want to see new people. Sorry, not get the words out. She would want to see like new people and new things. So, I mean, maybe they split up. I don't know.
Well, if your priority is wicklings, you can go a little down the road. Only 2 blocks, I think. There's many more shopkeepers there that you might know.
Okay, thank you. And I will just make my way over there.
Okay. Mycelia, you head to the north gates.
Perfect.
You do notice, there's a lot, it's still New Haven. but there's a level of comfort for you. You spent most of your time kind of in the wilds of Fanewraith. You're very much a being of the forest. Even like sometimes the villages, you would go to the villages, right, or the towns, but it was like, I like my trees. But just like the architecture, the shops, like there's even like some, everybody speaks the same languages, but you can see some more of the like Wickling tongue, maybe some special runes here and there, kind of depicting, like your culture has now made it into New Haven as well. And everything is smaller. So if Therian were here as well, which, Therian, are you here too?
Depends. Is this somewhere close to the inns?
The inns.
Or would I still have to get her back towards that area?
Well, so this is the North Gates, and that's where the Golden Cask, of course, as we all know, is also. It's in the North Gates. So, you guys are planning on meeting in this area anyway. Possibly Balaam chose the Golden Cask because he knows that your size would be kind of funny to look at in this place.
It crossed my mind.
But yeah, Mycelia, you and possibly Theri, you guys see like all of the buildings are slightly smaller than they were down on town center. Obviously dwarfed by Qaavik's tower. Things are a little less straight and angular here. It's a little more funky. More of the natural wood lumber that was brought in. They didn't reshape it in any way. They just kind of used the bends and bows of the trees that they chopped down and brought here to make this area. It's definitely been added onto more recently with the large influx of Wicklings that have come in because they were displaced in the Witherwild. But it seems happy you're here. There's definitely, there's some music in this area. Not a lot. It's not like a party going on. Things are always kind of dour in New Haven, but there's definitely more pops of color, more character, for sure. And lots of small folk wandering around.
So is this what your hometown was like, Mycelia? Apologies, but I have never been really explored this area much.
It's definitely similar. We lived more in the trees, not necessarily bringing the trees to us. However, it does feel like home somehow.
Well, apologies if we couldn't be more accommodating, but I guess your people have tried their best to make it a home.
Yes, they have. How many merchants do we see? How many shops do we see?
Why don't you roll instinct?
Man. Okay, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Sorry, I couldn't find my D12.
There you're good.
18 with hope.
18 with hope. So, you see, there's the merchants of interest to you. I say you would see 2 in this area around you.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, I mean, there's.
What is the difference between seeing
It's
merchants
New
and
Haven.
seeing merchants of interest?
How do you know what interests Mycelia,
Because I created all of this, okay? Well, because you're here to, yes, experience some culture, but you're also here as an adventurer preparing to go on a journey. So I would assume, you see many merchants around you. There's a dessert shop, and that sounds great, but there's maybe a small collection of books, like a very small library. But you do see 2 stores here specifically. One with the name written in a sign, and the sign is actually it's kind of like a nice bluish purple color, I guess violet, but on the blue side. And there's some like white writing on it that kind of starts to glow. That glows now that it's dark out, and you assume that during the day, perhaps it does, perhaps it doesn't. Maybe it was brought here. Maybe it's bioluminescent. And now that the light is low, it's glowing, and you can see the title. It's written. It says "Runes and Relics" is the name of this establishment.
I will go in there. Hey, real quick, is Kira outside?
Nope.
Okay.
No, she is asleep by my feet.
Okay.
Little kitty?
I thought I could hear her.
No, not the kitty. This is the dog.
I thought I could hear her whining, and I didn't want her outside with a crazy person potentially on the loose. Okay.
Yeah.
So worried. Okay. I'll go into what was it called? Relics and runes, or runes and relics?
Runes and relics. Yes.
I'll go in there. Hide your dogs. Hide your wife.
Okay. Give
I'd
me
like to.
one moment. That's a good one.
You have to worry about bears? That's so much scarier than a murderer.
Right?
At least you guys don't have the constant smell of cow shit.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
I mean, depending on where you are.
Central Valley, California, yes.
Yep. Bears are getting ready for winter here in Vermont.
Oh, sounds nice. I'd love to just go to sleep for a couple months, right?
Alright, so I'm actually fairly interested as well in this Runes and Relics store. So as she walks in, quick question: do I fit through this door?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Because not all the you see a lot of smaller folk. Like you see, there's halflings, goblins, fairies, fungrel, like all large, all small, but and some ribbits. Don't forget the ribbits. But I mean, even among these, there's still large fairies, right? Especially as you've noticed in the last couple years, these more fey-leaning folk, a lot of them have grown in size, almost altered with the environment. And so, yeah, the doorway is large enough for you to get in. You do have to hunch down a little bit, maybe a little reminiscent of Gandalf going into Bilbo's hobbit hole, but not as extreme. And when you enter, oh, go ahead, yeah.
Oh, no, I was just saying because I'm as interested as she is in this one.
You see a fairy standing behind the counter. They have 4 wings. They're long and translucent, and at the bases of these wings, they're green. They're a green that fades into translucence, and then their second set of wings at the base is a purple that fades into a translucence. They have it almost looks like hair going back, I suppose, in the shape of what a man bun would be, but not quite. It's not actual hair; it's just a bit of a point, kind of a white carapace on their head. They have 2 orangish gold antennae, and they are currently, they're pretty tall. I would say they're between 5 and 6 feet, compared to a lot of the other fairies that you've seen around the area. They're very tall and very lithe, very long and skinny. And currently they're working on the shelves behind the counter that are covered in jars and poultices and There's some items that flicker, catch your eyes. Not so many. Like you're not seeing any kind of like weapons or armors looking around.
Okay, I'll probably go up to him and just say hello. It's nice to see. Jesus. Oh, I mean, I don't know who that is. Who is Jesus? Hi. I was hoping to trade some wares with you.
Hi. You entered so quietly, I didn't hear you come in. But I should have noticed you from farther away. Hello.
Oh, hello.
What can I do for you? I'm Rue, by the way. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello. Mycelia.
Mycelia.
Yes, I would like to trade. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
You don't seem like you're from around these parts, I would say.
Was it obvious?
I'm afraid so.
Oh,
But you're doing great.
thanks. Okay, so yes, I'm new here, but I'm just looking to trade some wares because, well, I have nothing and I need to travel soon.
All right. Trade. Yeah. What do you have?
I have a handful of gold and the weapons and leathers on my back.
Oh. Well, if you'd like to offer me the leathers off your back, I think we should possibly go get a room with a golden cask. But that's a bit forward of me. I'm sorry. A handful of gold. I'm afraid to tell you that's not a lot. What kind of things are you looking for?
I'm not quite sure. I was mostly wanting to come see some familiarity as I am a bit homesick, you could say.
All right. You kind of have many different bits and bobs, I suppose. Roll 1d12, not hope or fear. Just roll a d12.
A 2.
2. Okay. Now roll it again.
It's
A
a
2.
2 again.
A 2.
Hold on, let me try. It's an 8. Can I try one
Oh.
more time?
2-2 means it's a crit, right? 2-2.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Whatever you want for free. All right. So that's a 2 and an 8. What else you got?
A 3.
All right. Give me a moment. Kind of turns around, looks around, kind of rifling through different jars and things. All right. He grabs something. Looks a little more. Yeah. Okay. This is something you might like. I have these 2 things that I could offer you for 1 handful of gold. So, this here. This is called a piper whistle. It was actually made in Pondwell before everything happened, but this whistle has a very distinctive sound that he'll kind of like blow into it. When you blow this whistle, the piercing tone, it can be heard within a mile radius if you blow on it harder than I did now, but it's a bit odd, but certainly has its uses. And then I have this, and he's got like a little jar with a wax seal on top. This is a potion of my own creation. I call it a control potion. It'll just make you a little more nimble with your hands and your body.
Oh.
Just enhances you just a little bit. It gives you a +1 to finesse.
That was my next question. Thank you.
On your next finesse roll, I should say. Oh, and you know what? I also have, really quick, I guess this is good for anybody. I have a minor health potion, minor stamina potion. You know, you get injured at all, you take this one. You feel tired and exhausted, you take this one.
Okay, how much for the potion of healing?
You know, I can give you the potion of healing and the whistle for one handful of gold. I fear that if I don't give you the whistle now, I'll never get rid of it. And you seem smart enough to maybe get some use out of it.
And I will take that deal.
Very well. Well, my Celia, it was a pleasure doing business with you. Is there anything else I could do for you here?
No,
Ask
thank
him
you.
out. Ask him out, you chicken.
I'm
I can
on a
imagine
mission.
I can imagine Balaam saying that in my head.
I'm on a mission. It was very nice to meet you. I hope to see you around, and then I will skip on out like a little schoolgirl.
I hope to see you too, and when you're done with that mission, come back to Runes and Relics.
It's funny how, real quick, as Mycelia walks out, I'm just standing next to the door, just taking a look at everything kind of on the walls. And now that she's walked out, I'm gonna turn and without leaving from, or without really moving from where I'm standing closer to the back of the building, I'm just gonna kind of take a slow turn and clear my throat. So,
Oh, when did you get here? Hello.
it's the first time anyone hasn't noticed me. That's impressive. Not a good way. So, I have a certain prospect, and I do not have the funds. But,
Well, that's an
If I
interesting
were
way to
to
start
come
this
back.
conversation, but alright.
if I were to come back, I have a certain kind of project I'd hope you could help me with. It's one of the few I've found that can do runes.
Interesting. Therian, roll. Give me a presence action roll.
I'm actually somewhat good at this. That is a 24 with hope. Holy shit.
Damn, girl! Wait, a 24. Oh,
that is
because
the
you
max
added
I could
presence.
roll. That is the max I could roll without a crit.
Yeah. Alright. I'm interested. Please, go ahead.
Well, I've heard rumors of a certain almost mythic-like gauntlet. I've heard legend that it could send even the largest beasts, dragons even, flying maybe hundreds of feet. Now, I haven't yet figured this out, but if I were to get the funds and to figure out how it might work, do you think you might be able to do the runes for such a weapon?
A gauntlet to push back something as large as a dragon. Well, I can't say. I wouldn't like to try. That would be quite the enchantment, friend. That would take me a lot of time and a lot of resources. It would not be cheap.
I would imagine not. I can't say I'll have the resources now. But I do work quickly, and in a few weeks' time, I may be able to get them.
Very well. Well then, suppose we'll reconvene on this idea in a few weeks' time, and I'll have an idea of how much I might ask of you for this. But in the meantime, I'll begin my research, and if you don't have the resources, it'll certainly be a good thing to add to the shop.
Of course. And if you ever have anything to report back to me, simply look for the name Kelethor, and one of them shall get the information back to me.
Whatever do you mean by that?
That is not of your concern. Just look for the name, and I'll get the message.
All right. Well, what started out as interesting became a little bit weird. You have a good day, sir.
Thank you, and to you as well. And I'll just bet he'll now notice, having seen me, how much I actually have to crouch to get through this door.
That was actually him laughing.
I'd imagine so. And now I'll go look for wherever Mycelius ran off in those
Where
brief
did-
minutes.
Where did you go, Mycelia?
Probably to that other shop just to browse, maybe talk to some people.
Which other shop? The other, like, merchant that is of interest, or?
Yes, we'll go to that one.
Alright. Just a moment. Okay. In this shop, you find an actual, like, stereotypical witch's cauldron, kind of currently bubbling, right, with that little fog coming off the top of the cauldron. Currently there's nobody there. There's nobody at the cauldron at the moment, but it is bubbling. It is rather dark in this room. Mostly, there's just a lot of candle lights, as opposed to like the other kind of lighting in the city where it's more of a enchanted nature. This is definitely this is more candlelit. You do, like, while just kind of looking around, and there's not a whole lot going on in here besides like this cauldron. There's like maybe a bit of a bar with some shelving behind it that's got, it's like not so much shelves like Rue's store, but this is a little more like lattice work, and in between, like where the lattices meet, there's like scrolls and stuff kind of stacked up. There's lots of herbs. Okay. There's lots of herbs and whatnot, like hanging from the walls around you. Dried herbs, lots of scents kind of assaulting your senses all at once. There's what looks to be, lots of different like flowers. There's some flowers that are currently glowing. There's some white lady's veil. There is just many of the different kind of ingredients that you have seen Rishi use to brew some of her potions, and some other herbs and flowers and whatever that you have used in your healing poultices in the Witherwild. And while you're looking around at all this and, recognizing a few here and there, you hear a very loud clattering of just metal, just from off, like, behind. There's like a door behind the counter. So you hear like a clattering from behind that door. And then just oh god.
Okay, I'll run back and help try and see where that voice came from.
You see there's a large amount of like scrolls and ingredients, pretty much anything that can be used to like stock the store, stacked on top of what just looks like a pile of pots and pans, and like other kitchenware. But you don't see, like, there's no one in here at the moment.
Hello? That was weird.
From beneath the pile of things, you hear, Oh, please, could you maybe help me out?
Okay, I will. I'll quickly. Oh no! And I'll pick up the pans, the pots, get them all out of there.
Okay, when you pick up a rather large soup pot, you like pick it up and the debris, like things that had fallen on it, kind of slide off of it, and you see two like blue glowing circles and like kind of just like a metal slot that almost resembles teeth, but like not teeth, and that pot will say, "Hello."
Oh, Jesus! Who are you?
My name is Potts. Can you please put my head back on my body?
Oh, yeah. How do I go about doing that?
I'm not quite sure how to answer that.
Okay, I will just attempt to reassemble.
As you get it, like, you know, you clear off some of the other stuff and you bring the head pot closer to the rest of the body, and you see just kind of like a blue wisp of magic just kind of like reach out from the body and grasp onto the head and just like bring them back together. And he goes, "Whoa! All right." And he'll, you know, he pops up, very loud metal just clanking and scraping together. Oh, well, oh, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. How did you end up falling apart so much?
Well, my leg, and you look down at the leg, and it's just kind of like there's like a bundle of silverware that has been, kind of poorly, like strapped together with cloth. Like it's obviously broken many times, and this time it just gave way once again. This like cloth around this bunch of silverware that's being held together quite poorly. Yeah, I haven't been tended to in quite some time, and this old leg just gives out once in a while. But I'm alright. It's nothing I'm not used to.
May I?
Please.
Can I inspect it and see if there's anything, like, if anything comes to mind to help fix the leg? Like, myself? I don't think I have, like, my...
Give me a knowledge action roll.
Yeah. 17 with hope.
Okay. What is, because druids have druid craft, I believe. I'm not sure what the extent of it is.
That wouldn't be on one of the cards, right?
It should be. It should be probably on your character sheet. I'll race you to it. I'll try to find it too.
Oh no, you're definitely gonna win.
Oh, sorry, it's not druidcraft. Don't yell at me, everyone.
Wow.
It's called Wild Touch. And so yeah, looking at the leg, like you can see, it's been kind of like poorly strapped together with like this cloth that is worn, and you know, it's just not very strong, and it probably hasn't been repeatedly, which is why it keeps breaking and it keeps falling. You kind of get like the sudden spark of inspiration. Maybe you could wild touch something and create something a little more natural that would be more sturdy and resilient than that strap.
Could I like touch his knee and maybe like where touch the ground, and from the ground comes like some vines to like wrap around his leg, and they like kind of intermingle, so they get kind of knotted up so they can't come off, and then I can just detach them from the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Wow. Well, thank you. That hasn't felt that good in a long time.
You're welcome. You shouldn't have to walk on such a bad leg.
Well, I agree.
Are you the owner of this shop?
Oh, right. Yes. Welcome to to Pestle and Mortar. I am Potts, as you know already. This is my establishment.
It's very nice to meet you. What is, if I may ask, what's bubbling in that cauldron?
Oh, that is, just some stew. I don't eat it, but I do love to cook.
Oh, well, it smells lovely.
Would you like some?
Oh, yes. Wow, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Okay, and so yeah, he'll go over, get you a bowl. Therian, are you in here?
No, I'm very much having completely lost my Celia. Just at this point, sitting outside of a random business
Therian.
and just looking out, hoping I spot her at some point coming out of the shop.
Just like a really large,
Because she is
sad boy,
so
just kind of
incredibly
around.
small. She just disappeared.
I'm small.
Yeah.
Did you want to attempt to find her, or are you just chilling?
I'm definitely actively looking for her, trying to just peer over everyone and hoping I can see her.
Okay, give me an instinct action roll.
Oh no. That's a crit on 5s.
Guys, somebody roll with fear, dang it.
You'll get plenty when we long rest. I need one.
Yeah, I know.
My arm
Okay.
is so shit.
Yeah. You sit around for a while, kind of twiddling your thumbs, and then you get bored, so you look around and you see a shop called Pestle and Mortar, and in the window you can see Mycelia walking around with a very small being, but it's hard to tell. You can tell Mycelia because of her mushroom hat, and you're looking for her specifically, but can't really make out what the shop owner or the person she's with looks like, or is even.
Well, seems like that's where she ran off to. Might as well knock. And I'll walk up, and from inside, Mycelia will hear a very hard thump, thump.
Oh, another customer! I should really unlock that door. And then he'll go and open the door, which was not locked at all. He just is scatterbrained. Whoa. Hello.
You are even shorter than I expected.
Yeah, he is like 3 feet tall.
May I come in, as he's very much referring to the fact that he's blocking the door.
Please come in. Just be careful. Would you like some dinner? I don't have a bowl large enough for you, probably, but we can fill it multiple times.
I mean, I could just take the cauldron itself, but, I don't know if that's uncourteous.
And then after you get a bowl, he'll just kind of like go to the cauldron and snap, and the cauldron will start like levitating a little bit, and he'll guide it towards like just right outside the door. Like there's like a little patio almost right outside the door. And he'll hit the triangle, the ding 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 ding, and people start coming over and getting some stew as well. It seems that it's very expected. Like there's no surprise on the people around. This is something that happens pretty often around the North Gates.
So you do this as charity?
Well, my passion is cooking, and I just do it for fun. So Yeah, everyone needs to eat.
I was expecting brews and perhaps a concoction or two.
If you need a brew, I have ale too.
I meant alchemical.
Oh, yeah, I do that.
Ah, so you do potions.
Yeah.
Um, what is it that you can offer me?
Oh, straight to the point. Okay. Let me take a look. I mean, what kind of funds are we looking at here?
Not much. Let's say that.
Again, well, that's kind of a weird way to start a conversation with a merchant. I don't.
Well, apologies, it's kind of last minute. I don't have much currently on me. I'm sure I could go get more, but time is of the essence, so I must work with what I have.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why is time of the essence? What you got going on? I'm Potts, by the way.
Ah, makes sense now. Well, let's just say I got a job from someone very high up and I need to leave very soon, as the information they gave me may not forever be true.
Oh, that's
However,
very,
it is
very
interesting.
interesting.
Oh, and I should mention, though it is not of your expertise, so I do not know of what value it may have, but I do have spare armor that I could sell you, if it shall be of your interest.
Oh, may I see the spare armor?
And as you say that, Darian will very slowly kind of take what was a very heavy but not very large bag around his back, and opening it, he takes out a more normal person sized set of chainmail armor.
Okay. Wow, that for me is quite a bit of chainmail. Um, I could put this metal to good use, I'm sure. Although, it would always be nice to have somebody help me get some ingredients as well. Not that I'm running very low at the moment, but these are dangerous times.
So, a fetch quest. That's what
I
you
suppose
offer?
you could call it that. If you're short on funds and you want to trade, we can trade in this armor or we can trade in services. That's whatever fits your fancy.
What is it that you would like me to obtain? And more importantly, what is it that I will get in return, and will I be paid upfront?
You certainly ask a lot. Well, I can't give you anything too nice up front, of course. I think you can understand that.
Of course.
You seem like the kind of person, and I'm sorry to make the assumption, but sounds like you're going on possibly a dangerous mission. I can make you something that might help fight something off if you're in a fight at some point, which it sounds like you probably will be.
Seems like it'd be helpful enough. And what would I have to do in return?
You ever heard of Varick leaves?
I can't say I have. Mycelia, have you? You know much more than I.
What I should I roll for that?
Roll, yeah, roll knowledge.
17 with fear. Jeez. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're common enough. Like you definitely know what Varick leaves are. You typically, sorry. So they come in pairs. You can brew them in a tea, or you can eat them the pair of leaves, and they'll make you feel just a little more hopeful. Kind of just put you in better spirits. You gain 2 hope from eating these paired leaves.
I will relay that information to Therian.
Exactly what she said. And, because these are trying times, I like to spread about as much hope as I can, and Varric leaves actually have a pretty good flavor, and I like to put them into stews, and everyone's in pretty good spirits after that. So, of course you can use them for yourself, but I would really like to have any extra Varric leaves that you find along your way.
Could definitely be something I keep in mind. So, just so I fully understand this, if I get you these Varric leaves, you will make this concoction, or do I have this mistaken some way?
I'll make the... Well, let's see. Roll presence.
That is a 15 with fear.
15 with fear. I'll tell you what. I'll make it for you now, but I'd like at least a piece of this armor so I can start working with it while you're fetching the Varric leaves for me.
Seems fair enough.
Alrighty. And then, he'll grab whatever little bit you're giving him and kind of stow it behind the counter. Grab out a couple different ingredients and like a much smaller cauldron. Light the fire on it really quick. And he'll pour some indiscernible liquid, just kind of like a medium, I suppose, for this, whatever he's making. Take out some of these teeth that you don't recognize. Mycelia might, if she wants to, but... do you want to, Mycelia, see if you recognize what these are?
No.
Okay. So he takes out some teeth and kind of like squeezes the tooth, and a bit of like green liquid kind of just drops out of the fang. And then he'll put the rest of the fang to the side and throw in some other like bits and bobs and leaves and stir it around and pour it into a vial. All right. Here is 1 vial of Grindletooth venom, just for you, friend.
Venom, you say. So, what can I do with this?
Well, the way that it's typically used, you can rub it on that handy axe you've got there, and when you hit something with it, it'll do a little extra damage.
Okay, so this is a killing toxin.
Yeah.
Good. Should help me well enough.
I just want to make sure my new business partner is protected.
Of course. And I think...
and you're welcome, and I hope you come back soon. And you, Mycelia, do you... I thank you for the company, but do you need anything from me?
Oh, no. I'm unfortunately low on funds. I just wanted to pop in and say hello to my fellows.
All right, well, you know what? I'm gonna give you something, actually, because you as soon as you heard me in trouble, you helped me out. Not everyone does that. I'm gonna give you... I don't know if this will be useful for you, but here's this special vial, and it's like a kind of a glowing purple small vial. This is a vial of Moondrip. When you drink this, you'll see in total darkness until your next rest. So it's a good time. It's about to be night, and if you're going somewhere dangerous, this might help. I don't know.
Thank you so much, boss. I appreciate this.
Well, I hope you guys come back soon.
We will, I'm sure, return when we come back to the city.
Alright. Can I give you a wild mood drip? Okay.
As we walk out, Darian will turn to Mycelia. Such, shall I say, hospitality is unfounded among many of the circles I walk through. It's almost refreshing, in a way.
Yes, it's feels like a warm blanket.
Well, if you'd like to meet some of my family, assuming they're still around our old grounds,
Yeah?
I doubt they'll be as kind, but they may still be good to talk to.
Yes.
Nikta and Balaam, what are you guys doing right now?
I think that Rose would take in some sights. Well, actually, no. Rose is familiar with New Haven. One of the things that Rose would do is try to look for a contact or a way to communicate to her guild. So either, I don't know if there's like a courier or a point of contact that can like relay messages, or how exactly that might work. But that's one thing that she'd try to do.
Okay. Give me a knowledge roll.
Knowledge. Not bad. 12 with hope.
12 with
nine,
hope.
9, a 4, and 9, -1.
Oh no. I mean, a good way to get in contact with anybody is through the mycelial network that the fungal speak through. I mean, finding somebody willing and, you know, like you're aware of somebody on the other end. There's fungal in the order as well that use the network, but finding somebody willing to reach out might be a little difficult.
Okay, so I'll keep an eye out for that. Might be a little. So help me out here. I would like to. What would be a good way to try to figure that out?
Like find somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be, you know.
Would I go to the square and just see if I can find any?
Kind of. I mean, it'd be kind of like when you were in Varelia, just kind of investigating. You know, seeing what your instincts can help you find.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm looking for some kind of marking or sign that maybe a business that's a front, or just something to indicate a connection somehow to this line of work.
Okay. Roll instinct.
Well, I want to say I'm sorry because I got another hope, but I only rolled a 7.
7 with hope. You know, you're seeing some, like you see fungal as you walk around, of course, but you're not really having any luck finding. Okay, so because you've used this network before, right? So there's there's a certain can't, I would say, that's kind of like something you seek out and help you find a contact. It's kind of like engraved in certain places, kind of carved into walls here and there. If you didn't know what this can't was, then you would definitely, pay no notice to it. And you're looking for that, as well as just, because you don't want to just approach any old fungrel and ask them to do this for you, because they're not all part of the network.
Right.
But yeah, you're having trouble finding any of this cant along the walls or tunnels or anywhere.
Okay, so that's weird. There's usually someone around. Hopefully they weren't taken out in all the excitement earlier. Well, I'll keep trying.
You are reminded, though, with your hope at least, that I'm having trouble finding all this, but I guess a good place to find information is always a tavern. There's always people there.
Okay. Sure. So I'm looking for, well, I mean, there's the Golden Cast that we'll be staying at, so I'll park that for later. If nothing comes up sooner, then at least I'll have that to fall back on. And I guess I'd be looking. The only other thing I'd be curious about is a shop that would have like tools, just various tools.
Kind of tools you mean? Like violent tools, or
Nope,
like
just
tinkering kind of tools?
tinkering kind of tools. Maybe tools for creatives, or just things that are interesting.
A lot of those things would be kept at the Dafix Stonier Academy would have a lot of tools. A lot of people that use these tools, the Mage Academy. There is another shop that you know of that's not far from... Remind me, how much time have you spent in New Haven?
Let's see. I would say that I'm somewhat familiar, though usually I breeze in and I breeze out. I usually come to towns for the work, so I wouldn't be super familiar with all of the ins and outs, but just the more common thoroughfares, and I've had eyes. I've had to have eyes on like the council building where we just were in, so I wasn't unfamiliar with it, but
Okay.
I would say I'm not super duper familiar with New Haven. Just what tourists would know.
Okay. Let me... So you do kind of remember, more of like the northeastern side of town. So, kind of in the direction of the North Gates and the Golden Cask and whatnot.
Okay.
There's a shop called the Sleight of Hand. And you've been there before, because this is not a new interest for you. You like this kind of hobby, right? This kind of things to do. And so you've been there before. It's run by a fawn named Renara. She would probably have something like this for you, as well as weapons and armor, if that was something that you'd be into.
I mean, if she has things on display. So I'd head to the Sleight of Hand. Cool name. And just open the door and walk in. If it's open.
Okay. Yeah, she sees you and just go, "Wow, look what the cat dragged in."
And I'll look behind me and look back to Renara and put my hand against my chest. "You wound me."
I haven't seen you in a long time. Remind me of your name. I remember the face.
Well, Renara. Rose, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
I always feel like you have interesting things, and I'm looking for a little something to pass some time, and thought I'd see what you have. I'm probably only going to be here for a little while, though.
Yeah, just a quick stop in. That's all right with me. Remind me, what was that thing you got last time you were here?
I got. Well, you gave me a couple of canvas and some dyes. I've used them all up. So I was hoping to see if you had any more, or maybe some brushes.
I got art supplies for sure, if that's what you're looking for. I also have other things, and she's kind of gesturing towards the weapons and armor. You know, the art supplies and the other kind of tools and hobby items don't really sell very well, except for, well, I guess you now and an occasional person, but I guess that's why I still have it in stock.
Well, I appreciate that you do. And I'll take out the dagger that I got from the battle with Care. And
Okay.
say, you know, I tend to travel light, but I'm happy to see what you have.
Oh, let me see that dagger.
I'm like, and I'll just kind of flip it so that it drops onto the counter, point end down.
Cool. What does it look like? Why is she drawn to it?
Maybe it's a little uncommon. It's probably a little bit more like a kunai, than just like a. So calling it a dagger is probably a little weird. So I don't know if that's something that most people would carry around here,
Yeah.
since it's so oddly shaped.
Oh, that blade is an interesting shape. Where'd you get this?
Friends left it for me. Yeah, I need to return it to them. So,
Okay. Is this kind of thing pretty good in a fight? I might start making these myself.
well, I mean, yeah, they're handy. They throw really easily. Although, you know, it's a little of a chore to get it back after you throw it, so I don't recommend that, unless if you're really good at throwing, Renata.
Yeah. I wonder if there's something we could do about that. I'm not exactly magically inclined, but I know people.
Ooh. That sounds interesting. That would solve. I'm sure that would be a very good thing to be selling. I would definitely be interested in something like that if you had it.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty fun project. I wonder, have you been by the academy anytime lately?
I haven't had business there. I could stop by if it's worth my while.
You know, I've been pretty busy here at the shop. I haven't been by either. I want you to go see. If you go, find a Farah Featherbottom. She might be someone that could work with me on this project, and next time you come by, I might have some fun stuff to sell you.
Okay. Well, that sounds interesting enough. If I have time before I leave, then I certainly will. A Farah Featherbottom, you say?
Yeah, you know those halfling names.
They sometimes have really curious names. Yeah. Um, and what does Renata look like?
Oh wait, no, I'm not friend of Renara.
Renara.
No, sorry, I was saying it. So Renara is she's a fawn, and so she's got some horns that kind of just go up and curve straight in. She's got like flaming red hair.
Awesome.
That's very long. She's got like a bandana around her neck that she like raises up when she's doing her work. Got like wraps around her wrists and her hands that she uses as gloves. And she's just kind of wearing like leathers that have like a leather jerkin that's got like oil stains and stuff on it. Yeah, definitely a lot of like black leather that she's wearing. She's got a biker girl kind of vibe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be sure to check up on that. And what are some of these other things that you have here?
Well, you're looking over at the swords or the weapons.
I'm actually curious about some of the armor.
Armor. All right. Well, I have lots of things. I have the ability to get lots of things, but I guess my first question to you is, what are you in the market for, and how much are you willing to pay for it?
Well, I like what I have, and I kind of show my Gambeson armor layer underneath my clothes, and I mean I'm pretty tough, and I kind of knock on the side of my shell to just kind of emphasize that. But I'd like to have something that's maybe a little bit more durable. I like that I can move in this. That's been handy, especially when you have to go out into the Witherwild. But do you have anything that's like a better version of this?
I mean, sure, I can always make your armor better. I mean, I just need a little bit more materials, and I can improve the armor you're wearing right now.
Okay. Well, I can go get materials, or you can let me know what it would cost as a full service package. Is there anything that two handfuls of gold would cover?
2 handfuls. I'm afraid upgrading this armor, if you want to keep the same stuff, I'm going to need to get some resources. I'd say it's probably going to be 5 handfuls.
5 handfuls, okay. Well, it sounds like I'll need to make a little money. I've got 4 right now, and I really wanted those art supplies.
You know, if you give me the 5, I'll throw in the art supplies too. So come back, get a little more, come back, and we'll work on that armor for you.
What about this? And I pull out. Where did I get this? I picked up a spear somewhere down underneath in the. It's like, I do have this spear. It's kind of saving it for a rainy day. Is this of any value to you?
She takes it, kind of points it, weighs it. I mean, I'm sorry. I'd love to work with you more, but this spear is not. It's nothing special.
I know. What's special is what you can do with it.
I see what you're trying to do here. Roll. Give me a presence roll.
Okay. Well, you get a fear. And I rolled an 11.
An 11. You know, I can't do it with the spear. It's gonna be 5 because I know I gotta buy some more materials to make this work for you. But like I said, I'll make you the same deal. You give me the 5, I'll improve the armor and throw in the art supplies for you.
Okay. Then I'll come back in a bit, and I'll have that for you.
All right. Well, that sounds good. And then I do want to let you know, too, this improvement will probably take me a few days to complete. So
Okay.
I just would be prepared for that. If you're planning on leaving anytime soon, you might need to wait.
Good to know. You know, there's a reason why I keep coming back here every time I come into town. You have something for me every single time, Renara.
Hey, it's the name of the game. That's why I'm still here.
I believe it. Um, all right. Well, I'll be back, and you'll have everything you need. And by the way, is there anything that you need outside of this? Any tasks? Anything that's giving you grief or trouble?
No, not at the moment. Things are pretty good here, but do talk to Farah. I want to pursue that. I'm kind of consider my fancy tickled.
I will consider that. And yes, thanks for the tip, and I hope it works out well for you. I'll be back.
All right. See you next time, Rose.
All right. And I'll head out, and I'll head back to the cask, and I'll hang out while waiting for folks to come back through.
Okay. Balaam, were you heading to the cask, or were you doing anything else?
I think I'm gonna be entering the Mage Academy and looking for the first kind of like butler or service agent or librarian that I could find. Just,
Okay.
Request someone in particular. So yeah,
Okay. Sorry, no, I was just reading something.
okay.
So, okay. As you approach the academy, the Dafix Zonior Academy, you're reminiscent of years long past. You know, you spent a long time training here, teaching here. It's almost like returning home. You know, New Haven is where you lived for a long time, but the academy is where you called home. And so as you enter and just kind of that little shot of excitement, you know that there's like the library is so nearby. There's just that wealth of information. The laboratories beneath you, the many towers above, the barracks attached to it with all the different war mages that you used to train as well. You find a helper in the library, and you find just an infirni with just kind of pale skin, just putting books back in the library, or tomes, I should say.
I want to ask Therion what his sister's name is, because that's who I'm looking for. I'm asking if it's okay if I know she works here.
Well, yeah, you for sure know her name is Skylar Calathor.
Thank you. I'll approach this guy organizing books on the shelf. Sir, I request aid. Looking for Keeper Calathor, please. I'll give him a second to look around and see who it is.
Oh, wow. Balaam Wartide. Hi. It's wow. Sorry, caught me by surprise. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. They're like a younger. They're probably a current student that just like recently started at the academy, and so they've heard like the legend of Balaam, and they know the Calathor name very well. I know Keeper Calathor's office or room is if you go the third floor in the library on the northwest corner. Sorry, I don't spend a lot of time going to the professor's rooms, but the northwest corner, there's a stairway that leads up to her tower, I believe. Whether or not she's here, I'm not sure, but I that's where she would be.
Wonderful. It was really charming to meet you too. Keep up the good work and make sure everything is perfectly alphabetically top to bottom, okay? It's very important. If
Of
someone's
course.
confused as a spell or spell book, Things could get dire. I'll give her like a charming smile.
And they get like very worried all of a sudden and start looking back over all the work that they've just completed, second guessing everything.
Very good. We should always double check. And I'll like look at another staircase ahead of me and kind of sigh and start trekking up another staircase up to Skylar Calithar's office.
All right. As you're, walking in the library, and this library is massive. Level 3 is like the third floor of this library. She was saying the floors are not your typical, like what we would have now, like a 10, 12-foot story. It's much higher. The floors are just like the landings that she's referencing. That they're about 20, 30 feet apart. And there's like these lifts all over the place that help you go up and down to get to the books on higher shelves. There's the ladders going across. There's for a library, there's a lot of there's not flames. It's more like the magical light, but they're a little more dim because it's a very like low stim kind of place, very quiet, dusty. Dusty, even though there's people constantly working, constantly cleaning in here, but they're very old tomes here. So open a tome and a plume of dust flies out. And the lighting here, these magical lights are emanating kind of like an orange glow. There's, you can see, like, if you look up at the ceilings of this library that loom, like, high above you, there are, like, cobwebs everywhere. There is dust in the air that you can see. You get in one of the lifts that leads you to, like, this northwest corner. You take the lift up. It's enchanted, so you step on and you kind of, like, just hit almost like a device, but it's like a rune. Or not, I'm sorry, it's like a gem. And this gem, like, you just kind of touch and do a little wave, just a little magical spark kind of activates it, and the lift starts bringing you up to the second story, the third story. And as you pass these different floors, you can see, like, the little different reading hovels that people have, like, rented out these private spaces kind of to do their research. You get to the third floor, finally, you find this tower on the northwest side for Professor Skylar Calithaur. And you find, as you ascend this tower, you go up probably 20 or 30 steps, so still quite a bit, but it comes to another landing where there's like a smaller, more private library here. And then like a lesser door, a less assuming door, I should say. That's probably what leads to the bedchambers of Skylar. But you do see like an elderly or a slightly older servant here working, or I don't know if I'd call him a servant. Just another member at the academy, a librarian. Sorry, that's the word. But you see a librarian tending to these books.
I'll approach her and just kind of calmly put my hands up on the desk that she's working at.
She looks up. She's an orc. Her name is, well, you don't know her name, but she's an orc, and she has kind of like gray, almost gray pinkish kind of skin. She's got little fangs pointing, little ones coming down, and larger tusks kind of pointing upwards. She's got black hair dappled with some gray streaks, pulled back into a tight bun.
Hey, darling, I didn't think you'd still be working here. How are you? I'll give her like that familiar smile. I've probably seen this lady working in the library for too long.
Yeah, her name is Teg. Teg Lost Egg.
Teg, I was looking for Professor Skylar. Do you know if she's in her office at the moment? And decent?
Oh, hello, Balaam. It's very good to see you, old friend. I can tell you're here on business. Otherwise, I'd ask you to stick around and maybe chat a little longer. The professor, the keeper, Calithaur, she is out at the moment. I believe she's visiting her family's smithy.
Oh, wonderful. I do actually have more time if you'd love to catch up. I know we never got together and finished up that last poem we were working on. Um, but yes, business. I know where to find you. Uh, but the professor's not in, you say. She's at the family house. Perfect.
She is,
Um,
yes. Sorry that you've wasted your time, but yes, please come back and maybe we'll finish that poem.
oh,
Maybe with
well,
some wine.
oh, that'd be lovely. Seeing you is always pleasant. I am looking also for a sketch of Treetop Village, preferably drawn by Faye if possible. Can you check the codex and see if that's in our inventory?
Oh, absolutely. Which treetop village are you looking for?
Well, the common path of Allura, although I understand it's changed recently, I was hoping perhaps to also secure a small fee for just maintaining the map and checking up on its current status. Uh, obviously that's not what I need the gold for, but uh, I'm not sure what the budget's like at the moment. I could use a few handfuls, uh, just to get from there and back in case.
Okay. So you're saying you'd like to update this map for us? Thank you. Right. Well, here's what let me find something for you. Let me find something for you.
Perfect.
And she kind
I'm in
of
no rush.
she'll disappear for maybe like 10, 15 minutes and come back with a more recent book. It's not fully, like, there's not like a full binding or a cover to it yet. It's kind of just bound right now with leather. Just still kind of in the works. And she was like, you'd actually be surprised at how up to date our artwork and drawings of places in the area are. Even, especially now with the Witherwild, actually quite a few members of the Academy have been mobilized to do this kind of work. And I need to let the dog out really quick. Sorry, she's freaking out. Come on, buddy.
I either want an accurate map or I want some gold.
All right. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, that's perfect. Accurate maps are more safe. And I guess I don't really need the golds, but it's be silly not to ask. Bureaucracy and whatnot.
Well, I'll have to admit these are interesting times. This Witherwild grows wildly. It could change from day to day, and she'll open up the tome and start turning pages, and Alula, and she'll turn the tome towards you and show you this. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes,
Perfect.
This is our most recent drawing. We had our students on the tree just next to Alula. This is obviously a portion of the city, but this is Alula.
Oh, perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. Well, Treg, I'll send you a message if I'm still here tomorrow. I've recently come into a new command. Something secretive, so of course I can't share too much with you. But you know how it goes, working top secret missions and dangerous escorts and whatnot.
I do indeed. That's why I'm very thankful to be at the library permanently now.
And I'll kind of play with my hair a little bit, trying to flirt with her as usual, and I get the vision. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Tom Arnold and Arnold Schwarzenegger in that spy movie.
Oh God, it would have been forever. I guess not. Sorry.
But anyways, I'm trying to lie to her like I'm a big bad action military hero, just because I think she might like that. Yeah, tomorrow then. Thank you, Teg. And I'll kind of blush and turn around and... Oh, fuck, more stairs. I'll try to I'll use as many dimensions and stair skips as I can and start working myself towards the golden casket.
All right. I believe everybody has now made their way to the golden cask.
Golden cask, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
CASK.
Yes.
Yep.
Let me put it in the chat. Did anybody want to accomplish anything else before we got to the tavern?
I think I'm good.
No.
Not before.
Okay, I was about to ask, is everyone still with us? 'Cause
Yeah, I was trying to keep it short and sweet.
Not tired.
All right. What would you guys like to accomplish at the cask? It is currently, it's rather late in the evening. It's probably approaching 10 or 11, so, there's still obviously a crowd at the tavern drinking raucously, but, most of the business on the street has calmed down. People have gone home. But, yeah, it's a nice, fun, happy tavern. Nice and noisy.
I think seeing everyone here, my intention was to let Tharion's sister know that he was here in town and ask her to help me with something, but if she's here, then I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna wave to Marcelia, Rose, Tharion, let them know I'm here. See some other old war vets that just they stay here till closing hours. Old pals of mine as well, and I'll just sit down with them like normal and start shooting the shit with people that I haven't seen in a long time, but we don't really need to catch up. Whenever we see each other, we just know.
Kick it off like it's been
it was yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone's welcome to join me, but I'll just go and sit down with some of the older homies and catch up a little bit with those guys. Ask them general questions about their lives and if they've heard anything wild about Treetop Village lately, and let them know a little bit of what I got going on. I'm not really looking for anything, but if conversation slows down, that's where I'll kind of dig around.
Okay. Yeah, through you guys' conversation, through the evening, as the hours go on and you guys are talking about war stories, life, what everyone's doing now, and come to the topic of Alula shortly. They just, it's a real shame what's going on with Alula these days, and I've been there myself a couple times on different, war parties at the time. Unfortunately, nothing too violent, but you know how that goes, Balaam. But the Witherwild, it's strange. They got a lot higher. I'd say it's there. Last I heard through the network, they're having some trouble getting goods up there because of how high they are off the ground now. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It also means we get a lot less Alulan ale, which is the saddest part of this.
I was wondering why they're asking so much gold for it here when I requested it. Apparently it's top shelf now.
Oh, it's
Can you believe
upcharged,
it?
all right.
That bullshit's top shelf.
I do not believe it. Oh. Dog barking. Hang on. Sorry.
Can you believe the dogs on these streets? They're just barking like nobody owes them these days.
Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I guess she was cold. She didn't want to be outside very long.
A little dip in and out.
Just a little dip in and out. I was just staring at me angrily.
Well, I've reacquainted myself with Tharion the Fang. I'm sure you remember him. A good bloke. Although I did see him trapped up the other day and some of the little thorns on the ground that popped up. Seems like age is getting to us all finally.
Classic
He was
Tharion.
so young. Yeah, well,
The strongest man I've ever met, but boy, is he clumsy.
I managed to hold in my laughter pretty well, but still, I was caught off guard too, I'll admit. The wild is definitely getting untamed, to say the least.
It's changing every day out there. It's always something new. I don't know how we're supposed to learn to live with this when it's always something unexpected.
Yeah, I'll say, you said your nephew went through there not too long ago. I'm thinking of bringing a couple of friends through that way as well. Going to try to make it to Treetop Village. You got any recommendations on like some good food or some like pit stops? Maybe we could catch a night sleep restfully, possibly. I know it's a tough ask, but
Pit stops on your way to Alula?
yeah, I didn't think so.
Nah, not a lot going on here and there. I mean, you might get lucky and catch Kaelin on the way by, but I think they're traveling up north right about now. I don't know if they'll be to the southwest for another couple of weeks, but it's possible. I could be outdated information. This certainly wouldn't be the first time. There's some other Fanewraith villages out there that are always hospitable to us, and it's not exactly on the way, but if you're feeling froggy, you can go meet my nephew Randall over in Varelia. If you're looking for food, that's the place to go.
I haven't been out in a long time and just thinking, if I get caught with my pants down, I'd like somewhere to retreat to. Old timers like us.
I would have to possibly say Thornmere might be on the way.
You think so?
Yeah.
Somewhere still up and hasn't been taken over yet?
As far as how much it's taken over, that I can't tell you. I haven't been to Thornmere in nearly a decade, but
I haven't heard of it in a long time either. That's why I just didn't even consider it. But
yeah, I would go go west over the ridge here. Let me get that name. Wait, where'd that name go? Well, go west over the Valthon Ridge. Just on the other side of it, you should find Thornmere, and straight from Thornmere, take it southwest. It should take you straight to Alula. Might even be a safer route to travel, but definitely wouldn't be a quick way to go.
yeah, probably not. Well, hey, Bill, how's your sister? She's still married to that asshole? And I'll kind of like slosh beers with my other friend and kind of just start bullshitting again. Look around and see if my party's all right.
What's the party doing? What's everyone else got going on?
I'm just sitting with Reishi, just chatting about our day. We're a little more secluded because it's been a lot.
Yeah. All right. Nicta, Therian?
I think that one, I would let Fiddlefingers know about his sister and the news there if we didn't do that earlier. I don't think that I'd mention the favor that I asked of the Spymaster in regards to Fiddlefingers. But I would definitely mention the concern with his sister.
Okay. It's not his sister, by the way.
Sorry,
It's,
that's right.
I just want to make it clear. It's just a good, close old friend.
That's right, with Clover.
I think. Sorry, did you have anything more before I go?
Just that I would want to. I'd be curious to talk to Mycelia and Rishi. So I think I'd come over to where you're sitting and just introduce myself again. So Rose, is it okay if I sit here for a moment and chat with you two?
Yes, that would be fine.
Awesome. Well, what do you think we're What do you think our plan is? Our next steps?
I think it makes sense. We need to stop Fanewraith from doing what she's planning on doing, and if we can help do that, I am all in. I want to save as many people as possible.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a curious request, and we're obviously caught in the middle of it, so it's definitely worth our while to put it to rest.
Rose, is this what you came to do, though?
I mean, things like this kind of just happen. Sometimes work just falls into your lap, and you see it as an opportunity or as a burden, or both. We'll see what this turns out to be, but kind of in it to win it now.
I agree. I think we've all been looped in and put into this quest. I don't think we can back down now, and I don't think either of us want to.
No, and it's in my line of work, when a client asks you for something, it's typically a good idea to fulfill that request. And I look at Fiddlefingers and just kind of shake my head. Like, I look across the room and I'm just kind of like, sometimes.
Yes. What do you do for a living? I'm sorry. I don't think I ever caught that.
I do several things. I just kind of, what's the expression? Like a jack of all trades type. I deliver. Sometimes I pick up and deliver. Sometimes I will take out the trash. Sometimes I will just file reports, and I love to spend time painting, and yeah, that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Are you delivering this cow anywhere? And just for reference, it's one of the background questions for me and Fiddlefingers is I am convinced that he is not half goat or half fawn, I am convinced he's a different animal than he obviously is. So
Okay.
That's why I'm saying, are you delivering this cow? I know he's not here, but I'm adding it.
I wouldn't say that I'm delivering him. More like I'm assisting him. Have you heard him play?
I don't think I've had quite the time to. This would be our first time truly meeting. What does he? What do you play?
Well, I mean, if you asked him, he would say a little bit of everything and anything, I'm sure. From what I understand, he kind of just goes off the cuff, but it just sounds so polished. You got to hear him. If he performs tonight or at some point, it might change your life.
Well, I look forward to it.
Just don't throw any gold his way. He's got plenty.
Good to know. Drinks are on him.
Drinks are on him. And actually, I have a question for you too.
Yes.
So, are you able to connect with other mycelium, fungal?
That was a gift my grandmother was blessed with, and she told me one day I would receive it, but unfortunately, she has disappeared, and I and before she could teach me. I know bits and bobs, and if there's anyone in the community that might know, I might get, a quick lesson, a quick little rundown. But I'm not skilled in that quite yet.
Well, that makes two of us. They're looking for a fun girl or someone that's someone that has that skill. I was hoping to send a message to my coordinator for work. If I come across someone before we leave town, I will make sure that I inform you, just in case it helps you expand, upon your heritage, I would think, right?
Yeah, I mean, same to you for contacting your employer. I will let you know if I find anyone before we head out.
And what did you guys do today?
We went and visited some shops over in the village, full of
North Gates.
What?
North Gates.
In the North Gates. Thank you. Weird voice coming from above. I appreciate it. Yes, in North Gates. So quite the goofy. Oh my God, I'm blanking on so many words. I'm so sorry. The wobbly Clank, and he was he's quite a character.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many people, so much life here. It's very different.
Very different. You're not. So I didn't quite catch. Where are you from? I don't mean to pry, but apparently you're not local to here, I'm assuming.
No, we're not. We are from Moonwater Den. It's deep in the Witherwild, no, Fanewraith. Jeez, sorry. Deep in the Fanewraith. We're set back in a valley where there's a river running through our village. We have huge ancient trees that we have lived in for centuries, and it's the most wonderful place, most beautiful natural place I've ever seen or ever been.
If you're looking at Nikta, you've grabbed her attention, describing your home. She's just like, wow.
And in the mornings, if you wake up early enough, you can still see the fog hanging low in the trees, and it's so quiet. It could just be you in this big old world, and really makes you feel at peace.
I feel at peace just listening to you about it. That sounds like a really lovely place.
Yeah, my celly would also, shed a little tear and quickly wipe it away.
And Rose would nod. It's all right to be a little homesick.
Thank you, friend.
Well, I'd love to hear more about your home. I hope that it's not succumbing to the same fate that a lot of other villages in Fenwick have succumbed to. But I do have a few more things to be about before we rest for the night.
Yes, of course. Yes, we'll be traveling together, so I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to catch up.
Absolutely. And I'll make a mental note of everything that you just described to me, and just say, if you need anything else before the night's done, just just reach out or just find me.
Thank you, Rose.
And I'll go walk off towards the bar.
All right. You see a human man who's, very pot-bellied, very rosy cheeks, a big kind of pink bulbous nose, bald on the top with like this shiniest, like freshly waxed head you've probably ever seen. No hair on the top, but he's got like lots of brown hair on the side that kind of comes down and like reaches a large mustache, and just kind of wraps up around the back of his head. And he's got like a vest on and a white shirt, and he's cleaning some glasses and filling up mugs of ale.
Barkeep.
Hello?
Hi. I won't take much of your time, but I need to send a message to a friend. Do you have anybody that can do that?
Well, you can send a letter from pretty much anywhere around here, friend.
Okay. Is there a particular place to go to coordinate that? Or someplace that I would be more familiar with, or what?
If you're looking to send a letter, you could go to the post office or a courier.
Okay. And if I wanted to send something a little bit more discreet and somewhat more immediate?
Okay. I think I understand. You're talking about the network.
It is very efficient.
Oh. Yeah, efficiency's great. Finding somebody can be a little more difficult.
You're a great barkeep. You recognize my pain immediately.
That's what I do. You'll find no shortage of talented merchants in New Haven. Well, then he'll... Well, you're familiar. I mean, we're nearby Northern Gates. You're familiar with that area?
Absolutely.
All right. There's a small shop in Northern Gates. It's a kind of a dessert shop. They do have really fantastic cream puffs, but if you tell them the right words, I suppose, they will hook you up with somebody from the network.
Okay. And I suppose you would know what those right words are?
I would. First and foremost, they don't say the code just to anybody. You kind of need to give them the idea. Be smart about it. Don't go in there talking about the network. I'm talking about it openly because everyone knows about the network, but not everybody knows who's in it. Mm-hmm. And even, he's not speaking as loudly as I am. He's speaking
Absolutely.
more quietly.
Absolutely.
Once they get the right sense about you, they're going to ask you if you're here all alone, and you tell them, I have friends everywhere.
Okay.
They should hook you up with somebody from the network.
I like that because it's true. You're an amazing barkeep. We're here on, I believe, on the dime of the town. Make sure you charge extra.
I like what you're about.
All right.
I'll give you some Alula ale for the normal price.
All right. Well, I'll come back in to partake in that, but I want to be about my business before. Well, I mean, the sun won't be coming up for days, but you know what I mean. It's getting late.
It is indeed. I can see. I think it's starting to clear out around here. The very late night crowd is starting to get comfortable, and to be honest, I don't know if you guys are ready to see that.
I'm ready for anything. And what is your name, sir?
My name, you can call me Bartholomew, but you just call me Bart.
Bart. Got it. Bart, I'm Rose. I'll make sure to stop by the cast whenever I'm back in town.
Yep, tell your friends the same.
Absolutely. And I'll start heading for the door. And, I don't need to jump right into that right now. I know Maddie was waiting.
All right. Yeah, Therian, what are you doing?
Well, as I was the one tasked with getting all these arrangements done for the tavern and the rooming and everything, I think as they've had their fun, I've been kind of getting all the business work done. And now that that's all finished, I'll come downstairs and walk over to the same bar that Nikta had left mere maybe a minute ago. And with not sitting down, just putting a hand on the table. Hey, Barty. Been a while.
Therian, it's good to see you, friend. What I've heard, I didn't think I'd be seeing you around here.
Well, many didn't think they'd ever be seeing me again, but here I am.
So, you got all that mess cleared up then, I assume.
Not quite, but at least they won't be taking my head off just yet. Still got that smithy downstairs.
Like to see them try, actually.
Still got that smithy downstairs? In case you haven't noticed, not looking the cleanest.
Forge hasn't been fired up in a while, but yeah, we still got some equipment down in the workshop. Yeah, I can see you look a little worse for wear, bud.
Well, it's better the equipment takes injury than I.
I'll drink to that.
Well, I wish I could drink, but no, not today.
Oh, on a mission, I see.
Soon, yes. Though, I do have to ask, do you still hold those tournaments? I heard you did games and wrestling back then. Arm wrestling, that's literal. You'd kick guys out for that.
Oh yeah, we still do it. You're probably a little late tonight, but you might find somebody interested. Probably just the right amount of drunk and stupid to want to challenge you to something like that.
Well, I doubt many of them will recognize me, or even know of me. Hopefully. The less they know, the more I can make. Well, the less they know, the more I can make.
Fair enough.
Alright, well, if you do get anything started, go fetch me from downstairs. I need to go try and fix some of this up. Sooner rather than later.
You've piqued my interest. You go downstairs, I'll come get you in a little while. We'll get something going up here for you.
Perfect.
Alright. And, with that, as everybody has made it to the Golden Cask, we have our rooms for the night. We're all getting settled in. Fiddlefingers has now taken the stage, and there's a small group around him watching as he's starting to play. And Rishi is currently enthralled with someone's facial scars, asking, "How did you get those, and how did you not die?"
Amazing.
I think that's where we will end the game tonight.
Cool.